My boyfriend said he wanted to have good chemistry with another girl on my birthday.
So hopefully like chemistry class or...
They're making chemicals. I, 23 female, just celebrated my 23rd birthday last night. My boyfriend, Jake, 21 male, took me out to a bar with a group of our mutual friends. For the most part, the night was going great, until a girl he knows from his college classes, who I'll call Sophie, showed up. By the way, this comes from user East Permit 5913, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
We're here to give good advice goofily. We're little yappers. We're going to yap some goofs. And we're not necessarily experts at anything. So, if you have your own advice, why don't you let us know in the comments?
Yeah, we're going to goof some yaps.
Goofing, gaffing, yapping, youfing.
Also, I would like to point out that OP's boyfriend, Jake, said, you know what we should do for your birthday? Go to the bars.
Go to the bars.
Not, hey, girlfriend, what do you want to do for your birthday?
Maybe she likes going to the bars.
She wanted to go to the bars.
She might like it.
Maybe Sophie liked it.
Who's Sophie? The other girl?
Let's find out. Jake has mentioned Sophie before, mostly just saying she's cool and in his study group. When she walked in, Jake got weirdly focused on her.
Ugh.
How focused? Like, locking in?
Locked his peepers right onto her.
Locked freaking in.
Later on in the night, while we were getting drinks at the bar, just the two of us, I made a comment about how he seemed distracted. He laughed it off and said, I'm just trying to make sure Sophie and I have really good chemistry. I want us to have a spark, you know? What could he possibly want out of this situation other than for you to break up with him for that?
Also, on your birthday. He's like, I want to have good chemistry on your birthday. That's my birthday gift to you, babe.
That's so weird. I was stunned. I asked him what the heck that was supposed to mean, especially on my birthday. He got defensive immediately and told me I was acting 23, implying I'm being old and serious, and that chemistry just means he wants them to be able to joke around so his study sessions aren't awkward.
That was a lie.
I told him that chemistry and sparks are romantic terms, and saying that to your girlfriend on her birthday is disrespectful. He called me insecure and said I was ruining my own birthday over a word choice. He spent the rest of the night acting distant and ended up talking to her for a good 20 minutes before we left. I feel like I'm being gaslit. To me, you don't look for chemistry with other women when you're in a committed relationship. Am I overreacting? Is this a maturity gap thing because he's 21, or is he low-key telling me he's interested in her?
No, he's fully interested in her.
Yeah, elaborate.
Yeah, he should be paying attention to you on his birthday, and you should dump this dude. Do it on your birthday. Be free. Go out to the bars. Live your life. Free of this man. He's
it's
into
just
this other lady.
Why do you need to build this? Can't you just build a chemistry any other time and place, like your study group?
Or build it with your girlfriend. I don't know.
That's outrageous.
All of this makes no sense. And he's weird and probably has a crush on this girl. There's an update. After reading through the responses to my last post, a lot of things started to click. So many people pointed out that chemistry and sparks aren't normal words to use for a platonic study partner, and especially not something you say to your girlfriend on her birthday. It made me realize this wasn't just me being sensitive. Yesterday, I sat Jake down to talk about it calmly. I explained that what he said made me feel disrespected and undervalued, and that wanting chemistry with another woman is a boundary for me in a relationship. It did not go the way I hoped. Instead of apologizing or trying to understand where I was coming from, he got defensive. He told me I was suffocating him, and said that because he's 21, he should be allowed to vibe with whoever he wants. He admitted that he finds Sophie intellectually stimulating and that they have a connection he doesn't want to suppress just because it made me uncomfortable. Yeah, it's time to just break up and pursue that other girl then. I found out from a mutual friend who was there that while I was in the bathroom on my birthday, Jake was complaining to Sophie about how serious I am and how he wishes he had someone who just got his energy.
Then go be with Sophie.
Just while trying to pick up another girl while you're at your girlfriend's birthday party is insane. Just insane. That was kind of the final straw for me. At that point, it was clear this wasn't just a bad choice of words or a maturity gap because he was clearly actively venting and bonding with another woman right in front of me on my birthday. And by the way, you can have a birthday every day. because it's a celebration when you find the full episodes with stories like this on your favorite podcast platforms. Just search OK Storytime wherever you listen to podcasts and find them there. Let's just finish this story. I ended things last night. I told him that if he wants to explore chemistry with Sophie so badly, he's free to do that as a single man. Once he realized I was serious, he tried to backtrack and said he was just projecting and feeling pressured by my age and expectations. I blocked him. I'm 23, finishing my degree, and I know what I want out of a relationship. I am not going to be a placeholder or a starter girlfriend for someone who doesn't understand basic respect. It hurts, and my birthday definitely didn't turn out how I imagined, but I'd rather be single than stay with someone who's already looking for sparks somewhere else. That's the end of that story.
He's looking for the allspark.
He's, Sam was Ricky. Oh, who was that? That wasn't Optimus. Who was that?
I don't know. Santa
No
Claus?
idea.
But that's the end of that story that we read before.
My fiance waited until I moved in to show me who he really was.
You are now contractually obligated to be with me.
Anyway, I, 34 female, met Brad, 34 male, 6 months ago. I was living out of state and he was visiting. We met and everything was awesome. We laughed, the spicy sleep was amazing, and we had fun. We continued to see each other for 6 months and we lived about 3 hours apart. So while it was long distance, it wasn't horrible to see each other on a regular basis. By the way, this comes from Boston Chef Chicks 911, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do. Let us know what you would do in the comments.
Boston.
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 As OP says, over the 6 months, we spent a lot of time together. We would spend up to 10 days at a time together. After 6 months, I was sure he and I would be together for a long time. Brad asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
Oh, uh-oh.
6 months in. 6 weeks ago, Brad asked me to move in with him. Those questions seemed a little reversed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Will you marry me? Yeah. So you want to, live together now? Yeah.
Very, very old school traditional.
Since then, crap has gone downhill for me and fast. Brad is a goddamn slob. We're talking find dishes that have been sitting around for days, hidden kind of slob. I literally spent 3 days cleaning when I got to his apartment, and side note, I had spent time here before this, 4 days at a time, usually about 2 and 4 months in, but he typically came to my place. Before, when I had visited, I did not notice anything horrific about the place. And the only thing I can come up with is he had a maid service clean before I visited. I don't mind cleaning, but I work odd hours and I can't keep up on my own. I've said this to him and he always says, oh, I'll help, but he never does. I do 100% of the cleaning with the exception of him loading a dishwasher 3 times and running it. Oh, and once he walked in with me to a laundromat.
It's almost like we should have maybe lived together before we got married when our relationship was long distance the whole time.
I was going to say, you never went to his place at all.
They went twice.
But oof.
Well, he was hiding the
He
dishes.
was
Yeah.
hiding. She thinks someone cleaned for him beforehand.
Two times, and you said, this is perfect.
Indeed.
Yikes.
Brad also has a lot of health issues. He seems to never be feeling good. I'll suggest, hey, let's go get a drink. And he'll say, oh, I don't feel good. Maybe. Now, he has never said don't go because he's not going. And I am 100% free to do as I wish. I can't blame him for health issues. Which brings me to the next topic. He played down these health issues the entire time I've known him. Until about a week ago when...
SHTF.
It is that. I just can't
Oh,
say
when it
I just
hit the
can't say the
fan.
word.
When the doo-doo
When
hit
the
the
crap
Dyson.
I
hit
don't
the
know why in
fan.
my head the second word was the one that had to be censored. So I was gonna say crap
I mean, yeah.
punted the fan.
Yeah. That's what they say.
In
And-
Boston.
Till about a week ago when it hit the fan because he's not been taking care of himself. He has zero self-control about eating and is diabetic.
So yeah, at this point, you can actually put his health problems on him a little bit. They are a little bit on him if he's proactively making them worse.
Yes, I know he took the pills for this, but when he binge eats at night after I go to sleep, there's no way I can help him with that. Plus, he's a goddamn adult. He needs to show self-control. It's not my job to be his diet coordinator or to be the food police. The real issue with that is I feel I was lied to in a way. He said he didn't want to show me how not normal he is. There are other things too, minor things, but I feel they are building into something not so minor. He's got 0 table manners. We're talking can't eat without sticking your whole dang hand in your mouth like some caveman kind of bad manners.
Whoa.
How many dates did you go on with this guy? You're like one and done? You're like, yeah, this guy, like...
Virtual dates.
Well, a lot of, people like will really switch up once, the proposal's been accepted and it's like, nice. Now there's nothing you can do about it.
I've mentioned this to him, and he said, oh, I'll try. He's completely OCD about our budget. It's not even like we're struggling. He just makes budgets, remakes budgets, and lectures me about budgets. He smells.
Ugh.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of the time he just smells off.
Maybe that's your hormones screaming at you that this is not the match that you thought it was.
I think you got the ick and you're smelling it in his stinky armpits.
That's happened to me once before.
Where someone started smelling.
Well, no, it was like I realized like, oh, this isn't gonna work because like literally it was like after I hung out with them and I like smelled their scent and I went ugh, and it wasn't even that it smelled like bad. It was just like I just didn't like it, and I was like, well, that's
that
incompatibility.
I don't know if this is due to his health issues, but I never noticed it prior to living with him. He also farts a lot.
What's wrong with that?
Man's got a fart, man.
They said, farting in a relationship is one of the healthiest things you can do.
It's true.
Would you prefer he holds it in
That's bad for his health.
until his guts explode?
He'll turn into that, what is it, the aunt in Harry Potter?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm fully on this guy's side now.
He also farts a lot and makes no attempt to excuse himself when he does it. This is a level of comfort I am not okay with. And he does it in his sleep, sometimes so loud it wakes me.
All
Are
right.
you mad he farts in his sleep?
All right, that one where you married this
uncontrollable.
person and
They're not married yet.
Oh, okay.
Engaged.
You're engaged to this guy, but even when you're in a relationship, this is a comfort level that you're not okay with. What do you mean by that? That means you're not comfortable with living with this guy. I mean, all the other things make sense. This thing, what are we talking about?
If we're not ready for farts, bro, we're not ready for marriage.
We're not even ready for farts in his sleep. He's not even like, you want him to wake up and excuse himself?
Yeah, I'd be more like, all right, what are we eating? What are we eating that
Well,
you
it's back
fart?
to that diet.
You fart explosively in your sleep.
You're
I
farting
mean, is
earthquakes.
he crapping himself in his sleep? Like,
Yeah.
is that the problem? Is this why he smells?
You're farting so loud, I'm like, get down! Waking up in the middle of the night thinking we're under fire.
I like that Agal82 has figured out a way to talk through the emojis. OP
Yes.
can't see poop. I
No, she
appreciate it.
cannot.
She can smell it, though.
She can. Sleep has never been easy with him, and this I knew going into it. It's never really worked sleeping together for me. Brad snores loudly, sleeps in the middle of the bed, and tries to take my pillow.
Wait,
Pillow.
trying to take the pillow is next loud. I understand trying to take the blankets. I don't think I've ever heard someone tries to take the pillow.
I feel like it's because they have like one pillow.
I was gonna
This
say,
man
yeah, how
doesn't
many
have
pillows?
enough pillows.
I've been that man before.
Is this you?
Oh, the realization just hit. Have you ever dated someone for 6 months, long distance, and proposed
No,
immediately?
I'm just saying, I just never, at one point, I didn't have a use for that second pillow, so it's okay. Anyway,
That's such a man thing
let's
to
not
do.
make this about me.
I haven't had a good night's sleep in 6 friggin' weeks. He's constantly asking me if things are okay and says sorry for every god dang thing. I thought you were mad that he didn't say sorry for his farts, though. I should be clear, this man still sounds disgusting, but he's basically driving me insane, slowly. I was alone for a year prior to this, and I don't know if this is a normal adjustment period or if I should call it quits now. I love him, but I find myself slowly resenting him for these things. Am I being a picky witch, or are these enough red flags that I should cut my losses? Edit, since so many people are saying this, yes, I have brought up each and every issue with him, some of them several times. I obviously don't want him to pass away, and I told him I was super concerned for his health, ignoring the fact that he basically lied about it, i.e. downplayed it, for almost 7 months. I find it odd that more people have an issue with me calling him a slob than that fact.
Well, he does sound like a slob.
He does sound like a slob still. I do think we need to get past the farts.
I just think you're both red flags.
Yeah.
I just think you've known this man for 7 months and maybe it's not time to live together and be engaged. Get to
Yeah.
know the man. If he's like, I didn't know you well enough to tell you that I had diabetes, maybe you shouldn't be marrying this man.
Exactly. It's probably time to cut it off.
I think both of you kind of messed up here. Definitely more him
Yeah.
than you.
Because he sounds like he kind of purposely left some stuff out, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also deciding to get married, you both made the mistake of getting married before ever living
Yeah.
together or really even knowing each other.
Yeah.
Like, you guys basically got to the end of like a honeymoon period and then we're like, we're getting married. And it was long distance. It's a terrible, terrible idea.
yeah, you guys saw each other for like maybe 4 weeks out of 6 months. Maybe.
Maybe.
Also, yes, there is a lot of good. He is loving and kind, he does an excellent job at his work, and could easily support us financially, and he's brilliant. This wasn't really about how wonderful he is, though. If it was, this would be a pointless post.
If he's so brilliant, how come he never listens to you? 1, he eats like a caveman. 2, doesn't tell you the things that he should tell you before you, I don't know, get engaged. I don't know, OP.
The diabetes makes him smarter.
I don't know, OP. It's like one moment I'm on one side of you, the other moment I'm like, how are you saying this man is brilliant, but all these giant red flags are just waving in your face?
Here we go, ready?
Sorry, farting in your face.
Yeah, true. I will speak with him again this evening, but odds are I'm going to end this. I take full responsibility for rushing into this, and I will learn from that mistake.
Okay,
yeah.
There we go.
Full responsibility. I'm full off of that responsibility.
Edit 3. Because I'm an idiot and forgot, a lot of people are asking about the smell. I don't think it's a sweet smell. It's just off. I can't really place it. It's not sweet. It's not a crap smell. It's not BO. It's just off.
Maybe it's his.
It's exactly what I said earlier.
Yeah.
And we have
Just
an update.
fully not jiving with the hormones.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
literally just don't like his hormones, probably.
And you weren't around him enough to even know that.
Yeah, because you didn't really know him. But we have an update 2 days later. So this morning when Brad was getting up, missing the morning at his work yet again because he was too lazy to be up and out by 8 a.m., he could tell there was something wrong. I was of course upset and I told him we needed to talk. I basically told him everything. He actually forced me to tell him every tiny little thing he does that I didn't like, which was pretty horrible for me, but I think really eye-opening to him. He actually had a doctor's appointment late in the day yesterday, and I told him about the smell, but he then failed to say anything to the doctor, which was really upsetting. Are we shocked?
Doc, my girl says I smell off. What is the doctor supposed to do? Just, you smell fine to me. Can't really do anything about that. If you just don't like how someone smells, they can't, I don't know.
Unless
I
it's
guess
like,
you could change your diet, but
yeah, I was gonna say it could be his diet, but also it could be just like the soap he uses, his deodorant.
it's not really you gotta go to a smellologist.
But by the way, you guys all have to go to your favorite podcast platform like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and search up OK Storytime and listen to more full episodes with stories just like this. Go. Do it right now.
Go.
Do it after the story.
Which is almost done. Any other thoughts before we read the rest?
Nope.
Break up, which you gotta do.
You've done it. You've realized the error of your ways.
And next time you meet someone, maybe take it a little bit slower.
In the end, I told him we needed to split up. There we go. I told him I felt we moved too fast and we needed to learn a lot more about each other. I told him I was leaving, and he fought me on this, saying that we could work on these things together. I told him I couldn't stay, that I needed to work on myself while he worked on himself. He cried a lot, and I cried as well, and it was very difficult because he really is a good person beyond the issues he has. So in 9 hours, I'll be heading back to where I moved from. I'm not really sure where we stand, but we aren't engaged anymore.
I think if you started that with we split, and then you're not sure where we stand, I think you stand at split.
So that's my update. Talked, broke up, moving out. So you do know that you're broken up. Lesson learned. I don't think it was. Thanks, Reddit. Final comments. Deleted says, my favorite part was the part where he hid all his serious health issues from you until you were engaged and living together. What did you learn from this? Not being a wiener, but seriously, most people would not move in with someone long distance after 6 months. OP says, thank you for this. Yes, I made a mistake of moving too fast, but really, I'm supposed to assume someone is lying about everything? As the post below says.
No, that's not what they said.
That's
No.
not what they said.
No.
You're just supposed to, know the person before you you get with them,
Maybe just know them a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit more.
Just a little bit.
little bit more there.
As the post below says, I'd never find anyone if I was looking for flaws. What did I learn? That things are not as they seem. So to look for the exact thing you just said, well, I'm not supposed to look for that.
Things are not what they seem when you don't know any of the things because you just simply are not around a person. That
Here's a fun one, ready? I learned that I am actually stronger than I thought for leaving. Heck, I'm on a train right now.
is it a midnight train?
I learned that taking an extra 6 months to 6 years is really okay, and I don't have to rush. Let's err closer on the 6-year side than the extra 6 month side. Yeah, just for fun, you know? Yeah. I also learned that diabetics can give off a weird smell.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I was wondering if it was that, but I'm
Oh.
assuming it's just because he he doesn't handle it correctly.
You got that diabetes scent about you.
Diabetic stank.
You smell like a lack of insulin.
Yeah, are you like a service dog that can smell insulin?
Yeah, are you a mutant?
Like she can, she's
Yeah.
like the dogs that they train to smell what's off. She can smell.
It's like you can smell, like when people can smell it's gonna rain. You can
You
smell.
can't smell when it's gonna rain.
Not everyone can do that.
Really?
Yeah, you've got rain smell.
I was gonna say
Been trained.
one last thing for OP. I want you to find a man who's not gonna fart.
Yeah, I heard Kim Jong-un doesn't have a butthole, so you can try that guy.
Just like,
That was actual propaganda,
Did you-
North Korean propaganda.
did you expect him to be like one little toot and that's all he's got in the chamber? Just one toot per
She
day?
wants Sophia, who will just hold it in forever.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, though, Kim Jong-un,
Interesting.
And that's also the end of the story. But we got another one.
his
That was
body,
the
his
backup.
his
So
body
I'm
is perfect.
His body is huge.
It produces no waste, so he has no need.
Oh, so he doesn't have to.
So he doesn't have any waste.
Yeah, but did you see him with his daughter? He's like the ultimate girl dad.
No, I have not.
Like Loki.
I saw something about how she got tapped to be the next.
She's been
leader.
tapped for a while for that, I think.
Yeah, she's like 13, but like you see the photos and like genuinely they seem so happy.
They really do.
Well,
But let's be honest.
I think the best thing that's come out of that, though, is everyone going, oh, so North Korea is getting a woman leader before the U.S. does. That's crazy.
North Korea is now officially more progressive than the United States.
Ruh-roh raggy.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I want to live with my boyfriend, but I'm conscious of our income gap.
Are you the breadwinner?
My boyfriend, 34 male, and I, 30 female, have been together 9 months. The lease on my apartment is up in July when we'll have been together for a year. We currently spend about 5 nights out of the week together, but we have both hinted around the possibility of us moving in together. So I'm pretty sure he's on board. Where it's only 3 months off now, I'd like to look at broaching the conversation. By the way, this comes from user Move In Anxiety, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to talk to you about this story. Maybe give some good advice.
Keep that in, editors.
Maybe give some good advice.
Maybe
you know?
burp into your ear.
But we only know what we know, so let us know what you know down there in the comments.
Okay, so we haven't even asked about living together yet.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
broaching. We're broaching.
it's time to broach.
Let's broach.
OP says,
Is it bro ache now?
Brock.
Oh.
I rent an apartment, and he owns a condo, so I'd be moving into his place, which is fine, as we spend most of our time there anyway. So what's the issue? Well, there's a pretty significant gap in our income. We haven't had a sit-down discussion yet to go over what I make versus what he makes, but I'd estimate he makes around 3 times what I do, and lives very comfortably. He's not rich by any stretch, but pretty solidly middle class. On my side, as of right now, and I've done the math, my bills eat about 90% of my income. I have pretty much nothing in savings. I don't even have internet at my apartment because I can't afford the extra bill. I'm pretty firmly in lower class standing. I know I can afford to cover my bills, but that's about it. This makes it pretty awkward to broach the topic of moving into his place on my end, where realistically speaking, I likely won't be able to do a 50-50 split. He keeps his condo warmer than I keep my apartment, so the electric bill will be higher than what I pay. He has internet and TV, which would be an additional expense. I'd have to rent a parking space plus the condo fees and then rent. And I still need to make my car payment. My car is necessary for my job. insurance payments, student loan payments, phone bills, etc. Not to mention that if I was to give up my space, I'd want to reduce the percentage of my income spent on bills so I can start building my savings and pay off debts, like my student loans, more quickly. Part of me wants to wait until he broaches the topic because it doesn't feel reasonable for me to say I want to move in with him in one breath and then tell him I can't split the bills evenly in another.
OP loves the word broach.
Yes.
Broach.
OP, let's broach
Ooh.
this, maybe another alternative of finding another place for you to live if this is really a huge concern for you. You can definitely bring it up.
Well, I
but
think OP would just stay where she is if they don't move in together.
I think maybe somewhere else because, like, you don't have the means of internet or, like, other things is kind of
I wonder too,
crazy.
though, like bring it up still to get a rough timeline that he's on because, like some people won't necessarily split 50-50. When my first roommate got engaged and was gonna live with somebody, they split it based on a percent of their income.
Yeah. I think
So she
you
paid
can just
more.
have the conversation.
Yeah. I think you can still have the conversation and be like, not sure if you were planning on wanting to live together soon. I'm a little worried that I wouldn't be able to afford living with you if that was something you wanted soon.
Yeah. On the flip side, from conversations I've had with him, it seems like he wants it just as much as me, but is feeling awkward about broaching the topic.
OP. We got to find another word for broach.
Broaching's fine. Leave her be.
A broaching? This is his first serious relationship. So I guess any advice on what to do? Should I wait for him to bring up moving in together, even if it means waiting an additional year? Should I just bite the bullet and broach the topic myself?
Why does this bug you so much? Keon's getting so
It is a
irked
lot
over
of
here.
It's a lot
broaching.
of broach.
So it's the word she picked.
There's a
lot of
Leave
broaching
OP
going
be.
You know what? We're going to play a fun game. If you want to get your adult beverage, every time the word BROACH is brought up, take a drink.
I mean, if I was an English professor, I'd be like, well, we're using that word a little bit too much.
But we're not. We're on Reddit.
I'm
Let the girl
not
live.
grading. I'm not grading this paper. But if I was,
If I were to broach this subject,
Oh my God. Okay. Read it.
if so, how do I go about it without coming across like I'm trying to take advantage of him? Is there another path that I'm not even thinking of here? This kind of disturbs me almost, that it's like, yeah, you can just be like, hey, I want to live with you, but I don't make that as much money as you, so I don't know if I can split the bills 50-50.
Yeah.
I would want to, and I would if I could, but I can't. Is that a
Right.
deal breaker for us living together?
Right. Is there something that you want to work out? Do you want me just to save on the side more if I can, when I can? Like, are we waiting until I can? Or are we going to, like, do something else?
And if he's immediately like, oof, gold digger, then it's just like, okay, well, clearly
Yeah.
you're not even mature enough to be in a relationship because that's not what I'm doing.
I feel like he'll understand. And I feel like if you're already over there all the time, he's going to be like, okay, you don't contribute to bills now, so...
Alexis is right. At least it's not Benjamin Button.
Or Benson Boonin.
So, and there's an edit here. To clarify, my boyfriend and I have great communication. I don't know about that. The issue
Except
here,
for this.
the issue here is how to broach this communication with him, not the
I'm
fact
so
that we
irked.
don't communicate at all.
I'm irked because similar words, so synonyms for broach, bring up,
Do you know how
raise,
often we
introduce,
get
talk about,
stories where they-
mention, touch on.
Repeat words.
That's fine.
I had one where she
Open,
started
enter
every
on.
conversation with so.
You know what?
Legit every sentence was
Ventilate,
so.
put forward, propound,
Okay.
propose, suggest, submit,
Yeah,
broach.
it's a lot of broaching. It is a lot of broaching, and there's nothing legally wrong with it. It's a lot. Anyway, let's broach into some of these
Let's
comments.
do it.
Comment
Let's
one.
approach th-
Comment 1, I was like you when I moved in with my now husband, and the fairest way to do it is proportionally. And if neither of you can talk about this, then you are in no way ready to live together. OP says, I don't mind talking to him about it per se. It's more how to broach it in a way that's not as blunt as, hey, I want to move in with you, but I can't afford to pay equally. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, you don't even need to phrase it like that. You can just be like, I really want to live with you. When do you want to live together? I'm broke. Like, it's just a conversation to get a timeline down. You just need to know if you're moving in 3 months or
Yeah,
not.
this is not like, oh, I can,
Right.
if I just procrastinate on this, it'll be better, you know?
Right.
The longer I wait, maybe it'll just be a lot easier to
If
do.
you guys don't hit this in 3 months, you're signing another lease. You just need to know a timeline. And then you can work out stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one you're at.
Just
Pop-up roach.
Yeah.
OP continues.
I love chat.
If he were to bring up moving, okay, so you know
He
how
said
to
bring
you use
up.
bring up.
She
See?
said bring up.
See?
If he were to bring up moving in together, I'd have no problem saying, I'd love to, but this is my financial situation. I just want to ensure there's no feeling of me taking advantage. Smiley face. Comment 2. Find a place you would otherwise move into after your lease expires. Talk about why this is within your budget. If he offers you his place, then at least he opened the door for you to discuss why you can't contribute as much as he can. If he doesn't bring up you moving in, ask him how long of a lease he thinks you should get. If he still doesn't bring up the topic of you moving in, just drop it. Don't make it awkward. What? Just freaking shut up. Just directly communicate like, hey, we kind of flirted about the idea of living together. I'd like to live with you. I think you would like me to live with you. I can't afford where you live to split evenly.
Yeah.
You and me live together? Huh? And then see his answer.
Stop
It's
broaching
not-
around the bush.
Yeah, beating around the brooch. Just do it.
Broaching around the beat.
And if he's like, oh, yeah, I mean, that doesn't really feel fair, then you go, yeah,
Then you
my
go,
thoughts exactly.
Then I'll move into a cheaper place.
Great.
Fine.
Done. Mission accomplished. OP says, I won't be moving otherwise if my lease expires. My place is perfect for me in the short term for quite a few reasons, so I'd just be renewing my lease, and we do have an update.
Do that.
But no, but she should still ask.
Oh, yeah,
she
obviously
should still
that.
get a
Yeah.
timeline. We knew that she wasn't going to probably move otherwise.
It's broach o'clock,
It's
my
just
friend.
about getting the timeline so she knows to renew a lease or not. Really nothing crazy.
We gotta dip our toes into the broach pool.
Breach the brooch,
I-
says, so I know when to duck.
Need more words that rhyme with broach.
Coach.
It's time to approach the broach.
Coach.
Tell Coach.
Maybe we need to change our ideas about our broach approach. Just go in like a hammer,
And squish that roach.
a gentle hammer, a hammer that loves.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, the hammer pulled me off the ground. Okay, anyway. 2 weeks later. We got 2 weeks. As mentioned in the first post, both my boyfriend and I have been hinting around the topic but hadn't directly discussed moving in together. I was still on the fence about bringing it up myself when my boyfriend made a comment about how he's excited for us to live together one day. I just responded with, well, do you want to? My lease is up in July. And he said that he did. It was before work when it happened, so we left it at that for the day and got together that evening to work out details. I expressed to him at that point that while I would love living with him, that my concern was that I wouldn't be able to contribute equally, and I didn't want him feeling taken advantage of. He, in turn, expressed that he'd never want to put me in a bad position financially, and that we could easily figure out something that would be fair while still putting me in a better financial position.
This is the most non-issue story ever.
Yeah, this was just like,
I love when it's like if you communicate, everything gets solved.
I want to broach, but I'm afraid that my broaching would be received as if a roach.
OP, just broach your partner.
The roach approached with a brooch.
Yes.
Put me in coach.
How did that roach afford such broach?
The world may never know.
We ended up deciding we'd go in with a lump sum monthly that I'll pay him to cover all the costs rather than splitting bills. The monthly amount he offered at first I actually upped because I didn't think he was being fair to himself, and it was still less than what I pay now. He seemed happy with that, and it definitely works for me. He keeps mentioning how excited he is to move in together, and came to my apartment last week to help me clean for photos to show it. We're deciding together that what we'll keep out of my furniture versus his, what we'll get rid of, and what we're going to store. He's also mentioned a couple renovations he wants to get done around the condo, so we're going to go together to pick stuff out and make it a summer project. By the way, your summer, fall, winter, and spring project can be listening to full episodes with stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform. All you have to do is search OK Storytime on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you're listening to podcasts, and you can listen to the whole shebang.
I really wanted you to do something about brooch.
That would simply be a broach too far.
Never a brooch too far.
Yeah, so folks, what have we learned here today? We've learned sometimes you just gotta broach.
Communicate. Broach the brooch out of it.
Man, if you were playing that game I said earlier, poof.
That's just because of us saying it, though.
That's
Not how
true.
many
I
times
said
it's
how
been
many
read.
OP says it. Or you can do how many times we say it and then make it really
Don't.
fun.
That
We don't want to
sounds
send anyone to the
dangerous.
hospital.
Let's not do that.
Maybe they're drinking
Yeah,
water.
Carved Marmalade says, girls overthinking.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure
was
that's all it was.
that was pure overthink. Just broach it.
I can see how that would be like an intimidating thing to broach.
Oh, I mean, it's
But
just
like you just gotta like suck it up and ask.
you had already basically talked about
Right.
it.
If you guys had already been hinting at it.
There's an edit here. Oh, wow, this really blew up. Thanks to everyone for the super kind words. To address the most common comment here, we did discuss splitting proportionally, but ultimately decided to go with a lump sum. I definitely see benefits to proportional splitting, but for where we are right now and my financial situation, I prefer a lump sum. It's still significantly less than what I'm paying now, and it won't fluctuate as the weather changes, so I can count on what I owe monthly not changing. Many people have mentioned chores as well. My boyfriend and I tend to do chores together. I mean, right now, with two separate places, we each have our things that are more our responsibility, but when I've stayed with him for a stretch of time, we've just balanced together. He doesn't know how to cook, but wants to learn, so we cook meals together and then clean up together. We will each have our own washroom at his place. I've already taken over the main washroom, and he uses the ensuite. He volunteers at a local animal shelter once a week, so those days I clean and cook if I'm around. But generally speaking, we just treat doing chores as an opportunity to spend time together and be productive. And that is the end of that story. What a good way to do chores.
Yes.
What a good way to broach doing chores.
What a good broach.
We could all broach more.
We should broach more.
I haven't broached in so long.
You should broach.
I'm going to broach today.
Away.
I'm broaching right after work today.
Permission to approach.
Permission denied.
Permission broached.
But that's the end of that story.
It is. It's the end of that story. It's the end of that.
But we shall broach another right now. Everybody's so nice, hyping me up. You guys always hype up my hair on days that I haven't washed. I refused to eat my girlfriend's cold salad, and it made her mad.
I'm a hot salad guy only. I need my salad boiling hot.
Yesterday, I went ice skating with my girlfriend. Tuesday's one of her days for dinner, so she made chicken salad. When I saw the chicken salad, I admit I made a face. She was like, "What? What's the problem?" By the way, this comes from, "It's too cold for that." And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do. Let us know what you would do in the comments.
And chicken salad's not salad. It's chicken salad. It's different.
And also usually served cold.
Yeah, and like it's a
Right?
big pile of goop, not a salad.
But OP says, I said that we were outside in the cold all afternoon, and I wasn't really in the mood for cold food. She said, we're inside. The heat is set to 74, and we're both wearing warm, dry clothes, so it was plenty warm enough to eat the salad. I said, sure, but I just wanted something warm to heat me up on the inside. You're complaining about the meal your girlfriend made you?
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but the way you broached this, not a great tactic.
Not a great broach. She said that was ridiculous because my internal temperature is in the 90s and my insides are plenty hot.
Okay,
There's
and
no
now
way we're having an argument about.
she's also being a little bit
Well, he's coming
ridiculous.
at her for
No, this is-
the meal
but,
she made.
but to be like, I want to warm up on the inside and then be like, well, your internal body temperature is already warm. It's like, okay.
I feel like it's more like if you really want to warm up, get up and make yourself something warm.
Yeah.
I've made you this chicken salad. Eat your dang chicken salad or
Yeah.
go make yourself some soup.
You could have just made a cup of tea or something,
Something.
you know?
We didn't need to be
Could have just,
crapping on her salad.
could have just drank some warm water.
Yeah, it's that easy. At this point, we were going in circles. You really had to go back and forth on that more? So I just said I was going to heat up some soup and told her to go ahead and start eating, and I'd be back in a few minutes.
Why don't you just eat both of these things?
You messed up, dude.
Yeah, it's rude to reject a meal someone makes for you.
When I came out of the kitchen with my soup, she was clearly upset, and she asked how I would feel if she refused to eat what I made tomorrow, which is today. I said I won't care, and she said that was BS, because it's rude to turn your nose up at something someone made for you. Was I the a-hole for not wanting cold salad after being cold all day? Yes.
The way you went about it, probably.
Because the question is not, are you the a-hole for not wanting cold salad after being cold all day? The question is, am I the a-hole for being really rude to my girlfriend who made me dinner after a long day outside together?
You literally could have been like, you made that for me, thank you. I'm going to also go warm up soup, or I'm going to put on some tea.
Warm up your chicken salad. Who cares? Put it in the microwave. But like, you take care of that yourself. Don't come at her meal.
I do think it's fair that, what Shawnee OP says, OP and his girlfriend are both so annoying.
Yes.
I agree with that. They're both annoying.
She said, you have the internal temperature of 90-something.
I think she was just coming back at him with the sass she was receiving.
No,
and
100%.
I'm here that he deserves it then.
It's just...
Easiest
We
thing.
didn't hear the tone that he said it in. I bet it was annoying.
I bet it was very annoying. He's like, I don't want that. That looks
I'd be like,
cold.
make yourself some tea then.
Yeah.
Your body's warm.
But also, it's so how is this like the first time you guys like clash heads about food? Like I always ask Carly.
Probably not.
I always ask Carly, hey, what do you want to eat? Or like, what do you want? And it's like fairly
If I
simple.
just made you something though, you'd never be like, I really didn't want.
No, but the thing is, you would also tell me,
cold.
hey, I'm gonna make chicken salad. I'm like, that's amazing.
Maybe she did.
She probably did. It's very
Someone
weird.
said OP is ungrateful, and I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole vibe.
It's okay. You want to be entitled to food?
I do.
Shell Bell says you're the a-hole for how he broached the topic with.
Yeah, exactly. You broached that very poorly. That was a
Bad-
beginner's broach.
It's a bad broach.
I will say though, I don't think OP would care if his girlfriend didn't want to eat the meal he cooked, because it doesn't
Well-
sound like he's aware of that being a thing.
Well, we're gonna find out
I made
we have
this
an
for
update.
you.
from the next day. Wednesday, after I served the plates, my girlfriend said she didn't want pasta and was going to make a salad. I was pretty sure she was going to do this, and it didn't bother me. I waited for her to come back to start eating, and when she sat down, I tried to talk to her about her day. She asked if I was trying to make a point, and I asked what she meant.
This is so.
Yeah, she did the thing. She's been waiting for this all
She has.
day.
This is so
Also-
And
unbearable.
like I said, OP is just like, I just don't, I don't.
The thing
care.
is, though, OP was warned, and I feel like it is still bothering OP, and he's just like, it's not bothering me. But you wrote a whole update about it. It sounds like it's bothering
Well,
you.
now at this point, it's her wanting you to be bothered is what would bother me.
She asked if I cared that she wasn't going to eat what I made. I said that I didn't and would have it for lunch. She got frustrated, focused on her salad, and wouldn't engage with me. After dinner, I said we shouldn't make dinner for each other anymore. She asked why I thought that, and I said it's clear that she gets upset when she makes food for someone and they don't eat it. It would be better for us just to make separate meals so we each know we will get what we want and no one's feelings would be hurt. Oh my god, guys, just talk about what you're gonna make. Dakota, Carly, and Keon discuss the challenges of income disparity and moving in together, debating how to broach the topic diplomatically. Is this still from the last story?
Yeah, it's
Some
updated.
diplomatic broaching.
Diplomatic broaching.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
broach, bad broach, says the blind man.
Yes, we're really creating a brood of brooches.
Yes, this sounds like we are just spiraling now.
But like,
and,
I agree with that. And it's like, she wants to make this fight last a whole other day. It's like, I truly just didn't care. I just don't care.
I feel like something's been brewing with y'all for a while because this
Yeah.
is about to spiral even more.
It's got to be the way that you reacted to the chicken salad had to be like so like.
Yeah,
oof,
how
like,
badly
geez.
did you react about this
I
chicken?
don't like. I guarantee you didn't say thank you for making this. It's like, oh, I'll have that later. It was just like, I don't want that.
He also made a comment. This one got me. I said it's clear that she gets upset when she makes food for someone and they don't eat it. Makes it feel to me like he's declined food before.
Or somebody else.
Or somebody else
Yeah.
has.
I mean,
Which, I mean, I'm not saying that it's wrong to decline it, but I'm back on, like, Keon's thing now of, like, why aren't we just, like, pre-planning what we're gonna be making? Like, why isn't it, like, would you like this or this for this week kind
Yeah.
of thing?
I mean,
Which would be a pretty easy...
I
It's
think
just
he just
like-
broached it by being like, "Ugh, you made cold slop for dinner, but
That's what it
but
sounded like!
it's cold outside. Why would you make me cold slop? I don't want any cold slop."
I'm guessing that's Shawnee OP that made his name Papa Broach.
Hell yeah.
She said it wasn't okay for me to make a unilateral decision about our relationship. I said that I wasn't, but I didn't want to cook for her anymore or have her cook for me if it was going to make her upset. We kind of went round and round on it until the conversation petered out.
To be honest, the just concept of making a meal
Just say, like,
isn't necessarily
so-
about your relationship.
I'm
Right.
so upset.
Could we
at
not
this.
just have been like, hey, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I know I didn't appreciate the chicken salad. I was grumpy. I was in the cold all day. I really appreciate when you cook me food, and I'm sorry. I hope this pasta's good.
If the context was like, you guys are out in like the cold all day and you're like, you know what I'm really craving right now is like
Yeah.
a warm soup, and she made you the chicken salad.
Or Or tea, like Dakota said.
Something.
Like, you could have done something easy.
If you gave her like signs or like communicated before she made you food, she said, "Oh, I'm gonna make food," and you're like, "I can't wait to whatever you're making, I'll eat it." And then she made you chicken salad, and you get upset. This makes sense.
Or like Kim Roberts say, maybe, do you mind if I save this chicken salad for tomorrow? I'm gonna make myself soup. I really want something warm.
I need more context. Did you grab the plate of chicken salad and you went in the trash? No, I want soup.
Yeah, it feels like she's just very upset about how ungrateful you were. And now it is spiraling, though. She texted me at work Thursday that she was going to make salmon. Communication. I decided that if she tried to cook for me, I would just let her, so she'd feel like she won over me.
Dude, you're on your high. Oh my God!
Yeah, dude, you're like going too far now. I think that was her extending an olive branch of like, hey, I'm gonna make salmon tonight.
And you went, dude, I'll let you have this one, babe. You sound so annoying.
If she makes you salmon, you better eat that dang salmon.
Well, now that you said this to her, that salmon is gonna be coming raw and poisoned.
She's probably not making it for him.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve it.
If she tried to cook for me, I would just let her, so she'd feel like she won one over on me, and we'd draw a line under this. By the way, you guys can always win, because you can listen to more full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit more. Actually, we've got a good amount more.
All the people in the comments also being like, do you mind? Like, hey, that's great. Do you mind if I warm up some? It's like, this isn't even a thing you should have to ask a question about.
Crazy.
You just go, oh, great. You made the chicken salad. I'm going to make some soup too, because I just feel cold.
Yeah, do you want soup?
Right.
Yeah,
you're
like,
have soup with it. Have tea with it. Have something warm with it.
And then if she's like,
dumb.
what, you're going to make soup? What, is the chicken salad not good enough? Then it's like, okay, what are we talking about? But it's just do the thing.
Yeah, if you calmly explained, I just want something warm to go with it, we're still appreciative of the salad, then sure, she's overreacting. Yeah. But if you were fully just like, you made chicken salad, it's cold outside.
This relationship feels really healthy to me.
Yeah, dude.
We should broach that.
Super healthy.
This is peeving me.
Oh, you ready for this one?
Oh no.
She ended up making salmon only for herself, which is what we talked about, right?
Right.
Which I was surprised by, because I was expecting her to try to convince me to have some. Why were you expecting that,
But also,
sir?
Didn't you clearly state, we're not going to make food for each other anymore?
It was your decision!
I love this.
Dude,
you're just annoying me now. I made myself a quick omelet and sat down with her. She asked if I was upset she didn't cook for me, and I said no.
Clearly you were.
You sounded kind of upset.
I mean, I don't even know if it's upset, but it's like, why are you playing like a psychological game about this?
This is literally psychological warfare.
They're both playing the game.
Yeah.
You guys are like at you guys are having a cold war over cold chicken salad.
Food war?
Again, she accused me of making a point. She asked if I was going to cook for her Friday, and I said no.
What is this accusations about making points? She's just asking you a question, and then you respond, and she's like, oh, yeah? Yeah? Great.
It's literally eye for an eye, and then it's like, now it's another eye for an eye. You know what? Let's do ear for ear now.
These guys are going to break up over cold chicken salad.
Yes.
I hope they do.
They should. They fully should. She was put out. Friday, she was upset that I made only enough curry for one person and called me greedy. At this point, I'm over it all, so I just ignored her. So healthy.
I am tired of both of you.
Break up.
You're just a little curry goblin. We were just gobbling up all the curry in the world just for you. A plate of one. Little curry boy.
And we have some comments.
Yeah.
Commenter one. This is stupid, man.
Thank you.
Just put your ego aside and hash it out. It's not worth deteriorating a relationship over. Someone replies, I mean, the girlfriend seems pretty immature too. She tried to make him angry on several occasions now rather than just having a conversation.
Yeah, it does. She's just mad that you're not upset.
Yeah. I'm not
And that
saying
she was.
that the girlfriend is in the right. I'm just saying that I think you started this OP, so you should maybe help initiate the conversation. Because you're both pretty petty, and I think you started it.
I was going to say, she started it. She made chicken salad.
They are, but I agree with D-Red. They're trying to out-petty each other. That's what it feels like.
Just play the song, The Chinese Chicken Salad.
So if you don't want to break up over chicken salad, maybe go to your girlfriend and be like, I'm really sorry that I didn't eat your chicken salad. Can we just, talk?
You know what you should do?
You should broach it.
Yes. You should broach this with chicken salad.
Make her chicken salad and leave it out on the table for her.
Yeah.
Say, I made you chicken salad.
Chickadee China.
First, she waited until he had made a meal. Then she said she was going to have a salad. When he didn't get upset, she flat out asked him if it annoyed him that she didn't want the food he made. Then she texted him that she is making salmon, implying that she will be cooking dinner, but then only makes it for herself. And again, she asks him if it upsets him. She's just as much an a-hole as him. I don't see how this relationship will last. Someone replies, I don't get why he got voted a-hole on the first post. Maybe making a face was too much, but he made what he craved himself and she ate the dinner she made. I don't understand her over-the-top reaction afterwards. If it was something that kept happening, I get it. But once in a while, you're allowed to crave something else from what's on the table. Just make it, and the rest is leftovers they can both have later. I think it was just that he didn't communicate that.
It's probably the way he went about it.
Yeah, I think it was just the way. The salmon thing was petty and kind of stupid. If you have a stocked fridge and pantry and a set of hands, it's not rocket science to scramble a dinner in 15 minutes. I don't understand what she was trying to prove. Someone replied, she is hurt because he didn't understand why she felt rejected. So she wants to show him how it feels, and she doesn't believe that he doesn't care. He needs to sit down with her and tell her that he really doesn't care, and she can't expect him to read her mind. But that he does care whether she is hurt, which is why they need to discuss food choices. Oh my god, that's the end of that story.
You want me to look at an update?
Please. That is another, these are just frustrating stories today. Like, why are we not just speaking to each other like adults?
I think the solution is that you just move to a sort of nutritional paste type of meal. You know, something they would give astronauts on like a deep space mission. Just congealed goo, you know, and then everyone is happy, right? You can make the goo hot. You can make the goo cold. The goo doesn't mind. The goo is already made. You can make the goo whatever temperature you want.
Yeah. I agree with some of those last comments, though. I think she truly just felt rejected, and she, like, you didn't apologize or, like, even try to help her rejection. Yeah. So then she was like, she wasn't right to try to reject you back, but I think it was just because you didn't, like, acknowledge that she was able to feel hurt in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, you did reject her. She can feel rejected.
Yeah. It's sort of like the same energy of like, well, I don't care about birthdays, so I don't need to care about yours because I don't care about mine. But maybe that person does care about their birthday.
Sorry, I
would like others to care about their birthday.
I need to go down here. I think OP like responds to a lot of people.
Just what a funny guy. What? Just a funny guy. And a funny girl.
Nah, dude.
Funny guy, funny
this
girl.
This guy, OP's an ass.
OP sucks.
Well, just the fact
Someone
that
said you sound so heartless, and he responds with 62 beats per minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It could have been entirely diffused just by being like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
I'm not trying to insult you or upset you. I just want something warm in my belly. But hard not to get there when it's like, well, your internal body temperature is already not. It's like, dude, come on.
I wonder how reliable of a narrator.
I would have to argue with that.
Exactly.
I wonder how reliable of a narrator
there's another,
he was, too.
Anybody hitting me with your internal body temperature has to at least be 90 plus. I'm like, I'm arguing so hard.
The fact that he's answering every comment like this, though, is proving to me that this guy just can't self-reflect at all.
Or he just can't see himself as like a bad guy.
Yeah, there's no accountability.
Here's another one. We'll see what he says. I don't know why you're copying it so much on here. You simply sound logical and your girlfriend is more emotional, which causes her to act immaturely. You had a straightforward solution to avoid this problem in the future by not cooking for each other and try talking about it, but go nowhere. People think so differently. I don't see the problem with you viewing this whole thing as a temporary arrangement to benefit from either, as I'm assuming she is on board and understands that. And he responds with, it's because people are scared of other people not thinking exactly like them. It's okay. Doesn't bother me.
You are also upset that she's not thinking exactly like you, though.
Right. You're so upset that you made a Reddit post about it. My thing is, truly, I do think then when he came and was like, I don't think that we should cook for each other anymore, she took that again as another rejection of like, but that's something like we do for each other. Like, why do you not want to do that anymore because of this? And that was just another rejection after he's already kind of been a little bit cocky and on top of this, like...
I found another comment. Sorry.
Let me finish real fast. A little bit cocky on this whole like, well, no, I'm not bothered at all kind of train. And it's like she was just getting fed up.
So I guess one of the comments brought up like their relationship and like where it's going. I think it got deleted, but the response is, and I'm assuming this is towards their relationship and his partner, which makes sense. OP says she's leaving this country when she finishes school. She is here on a student visa and has never attempted to gain long-term residency status. Our relationship is about the now, because in a little over a year, she'll be back in Europe, and we will probably never see each other again. In the meantime, there's much delight to find in one another.
Dating to break up.
Crazy. Maybe you guys should just do it now.
I mean, yeah, I've been in that situation, and it makes things very confusing, especially if the situation changes.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
So I would hope that if y'all are doing that, that's the clear expectation. He's probably just saying that and hasn't discussed at all with his girlfriend about what she actually thinks
I'm sure.
is going to happen.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this guy just goes in the comments. He's just like, yeah, dude, I'm happy. I'm not fighting. I'm just hanging out. I'm still happy.
You are fighting, though.
He really pulled 62 beats per minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checked it.
Yeah.
You sound like
You
an
sound
a-hole,
pretentious,
dude.
bro.
I'm on her
You
side.
sound. I'm not on any of their sides.
I'm
They just
on her
sound. They
side
sound
now.
both just not compatible and disgusting.
I'm on the side of them living full, happy lives, both of them, with whoever they're meant to be with in the future.
We'll read the brothers one.
I refused to attend my brother's wedding because I was invited late.
That's totally fair.
I, 27 male, have two stepbrothers, Justin, 30 male, and Evan, 27 male. Our parents have been married for 15 years. I was close to both throughout my teen years. However, Evan and I no longer speak since we were 22. That's 5 years. This is entirely my fault, as I slept with his recent ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Yowza.
Oh, there it is.
Quick math and then quicker things.
By the way, this comes from user AmITheAsshole Sharky Mark. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily. We're just a couple of yappers on a quest to yap. And, we don't know everything.
To yap the
So we might
most.
be wrong about some stuff. Let us know in the comments.
Yap, the unreachable yap.
OP says, I messed up and ruined our relationship, and he will likely never speak to me again. I deserve it, and I do not blame Evan at all. Justin and my stepmother also didn't speak to me for a couple of years. Evan didn't want to see me, and so we haven't been in the same room since we were 22 either. Wow. The dynamic now is basically Evan being invited first to anything Justin or our parents are planning, and I'm invited only if he can't make it. I know it's awkward, and I've caused this situation, but I'm just glad to see them at all, so it isn't my place to complain. Justin is getting married on Monday, and Evan is his best man. Justin and I haven't really talked about the wedding at all since I'm obviously not invited, and it would be awkward to do so. I booked a trip overseas during the time of his wedding to get away instead of being home and sad not to be there. I didn't tell Justin or our parents because there was no need to bring it up. We all knew I wasn't going to be there and why. On Friday night, Justin tried to call me, but I was asleep. It was the middle of the night where I am right now. I got his message this morning asking me to call him, saying Evan had agreed I could come to the wedding and that he really wants me there. If I were home, the wedding would be 45 minutes away and I'd go in a heartbeat. But I'm in Europe with a friend from college. I told Justin that unfortunately I couldn't make it because I was away. Now he's mad at me for not telling him I was going away and for the effort he spent in convincing Evan to let me come. I never asked him to do that, and I would have told him not to because I don't think it's fair to Evan, who has set this boundary. I'm not trying to cause him more pain. Justin is pissed at me and blocked me. One of my cousins said he's furious and said, like Evan, he's through with me. My dad called me later and told me if it's about money, he'd buy my ticket home. But I explained it's not just about money, although a lot of the trip is non-refundable. If it were just me, I'd consider going home, but I'm traveling with a friend who didn't sign up to be in Europe for 10 days by himself. Well, I can think of a worse way to spend 10 days.
I get that logic, though. It's a friend's trip. The friend blocked out time to be with you.
It's true, but, there's extenuating circumstances. I do think it's
to
also
a wedding, though, that you're not wanted at?
It's different. There's a lot of moving pieces here. It's unfair for him to be like, this is crazy that you did that and you're terrible and I'm blocking you. It's like, yeah, you mean the fact that I'm not invited anywhere he is for the last 5 years and then now all of a sudden I'm invited? No, I had made plans to be away.
Right. Why didn't you talk to me before you went about trying to convince him to invite me to his wedding?
Yeah, it needed to be the other way around. They're like, why didn't you tell us you were going to Europe? It's like, well, you should have told me that maybe I could go to the wedding. Or there, but nobody knew any of that. So I don't know. If this is maybe your chance to fix things or change things with your family, I would have told my friend like, hey, so I have an opportunity to maybe fix that. Can you survive in Europe for 10 days by yourself? Maybe do soul searching. Maybe, have fun, meet your next, lifelong friend. I mean, people do it all the time.
It's 2 days before the wedding, too, though. It's like, come on.
It is a lot,
what are we doing
but,
right now?
Does
he even actually want me there? Because it sounds like it took way too much convincing. I doubt he even wants me there. If I said, no, I'm not going to go, is he breathing a sigh of relief? Because then I'm not going to go. I'm going to keep my trip in Europe with my friend.
That is a good point. I kind of forgot that he needed convincing.
He needed a lot of
in my head, it was like he was being like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm ready.
I think it's like a courtesy thing. And honestly, if I was the friend, I'd be like, I actually would be really mad if you ditched me on our 10-day trip in Europe.
Yeah, you know what? Now, I wasn't considering the convincing. I agree. It's not. I guess now is not the time to fix that relationship.
Yeah, we can fix it after your wedding. I hope you have a lovely wedding. If this has convinced you enough to maybe try talking to me, when you're back from your honeymoon, let's talk.
Yeah, not the setting place.
Yeah.
And
are we gonna have a reunion
the blind
at your wedding?
The blind one says, yeah, maybe his brother should have, I don't know, done the convincing before the night before the wedding. Yeah.
Do you think it was like peer pressure?
I don't know what it was, but
I don't know.
You have to invite your brother.
But who's just like that ready to be like, yes, I can go to a wedding tomorrow?
You have to invite your brother. Like if you don't invite him, you suck, and like you're gonna regret it. And like I know it's tomorrow, but like he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Something would probably go wrong anyway. You don't want more drama at a wedding to come up. Like, let him have the wedding.
Also, you could just be like, I don't want to take any attention from your wedding, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, like we can talk after this. Appreciate it.
Well, OP continues. My cousins and my dad think I'm being an a-hole not coming to the wedding, but I think it's unfair when the wedding is in 2 days.
And you're on a trip in Europe with your friend.
Yeah, that's kind of, it is.
Well, you come to my wedding.
I think they're more mad that they're just like, they thought you would just be at home doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, you actually did something with your own life?
Yeah.
But you're just supposed to wait around until we're ready for you. Anyways.
And I'm with Anonymous. I don't have wedding clothes. Don't invite me 2 days before.
Yeah, that's another one. I know this situation exists because of my actions, but am I the a-hole for not flying back tomorrow to attend the wedding? And there are some comments, and let's get into it. Comment 1, you are definitely not the a-hole. Kudos on the self-awareness and taking responsibility for your actions. Can your dad buy your travel friend a ticket as well? Would your friend be interested in going to Justin's wedding?
Can I bring a +1? A little busy right now. A little busy.
It seems like a golden opportunity to mend relationships, but also, by Justin's immature reaction, maybe the relationship is not ready to be mended yet. OP says, the thing is, I didn't think Justin and I were in a bad place. He was at my birthday. He invited me to his New Year's Eve party. It's just known that Evan doesn't want to see me for, I think, very justifiable reasons. And so, if he is coming, I don't get invited. Yes, this sucks for me sometimes, but I'm the one that fractured the relationship, so this is a side effect of that. And there's an edit. I know the majority said I'm not the a-hole, but I spoke with my friend, and I'm catching a flight home today, Monday, and coming back on Tuesday. I can't lose another brother or the opportunity to see Evan. I don't think it was fair to ask, but I can't risk it.
Dang.
Wow,
And there's an update.
Okay, yeah, flying home and flying right back to the trip. I guess you're only losing a day of it. That's
crazy.
I don't know if
I'd be so tired and
Just
jealous.
said
yeah.
back.
Coming back on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
that is an option I did not think of.
But also, I mean, shout out OP for understanding, like, yeah, I put myself in this situation. I was an a-hole for doing that.
Yeah, very understanding.
And like, yes, you are the a-hole for that 100%. But yeah, good on you. But you know, like, you can take accountability for a lot of the things and you realize the situation.
Yeah. Update. Firstly, I would say that I really did take into consideration a lot of the comments that said I've been punished by the family enough. Evan has the right to still be mad, but after this length of time, I think it's time the rest of my family starts treating me as an equal member again. I did fly home for the wedding. The friend I was on vacation with was very agreeable with me going. I know the judgment was that I would not be the a-hole for skipping, but I was just too scared to lose Justin too. Yes, I wanted to have the conversation about how him treating me equally now, but to do that, first, I needed him to be speaking with me. Unexpectedly, Justin actually picked me up from the airport. He was immediately apologetic for how he talked to me and the position he put me in, recognizing it wasn't right or fair. He even offered to pay for my tickets. I accepted his apology but told him we could talk more later because it was his wedding day and the focus should be on him. We drove to the hotel where he, our parents, and the other groomsmen, including Evan, were staying.
I had this mixed up the whole time. I thought it was Evan's wedding.
No, yeah, not
Okay.
Evan's wedding.
I gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't change most of mine.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone seems pretty reasonable here, you know? It's like he can even acknowledge like, yeah, I reacted poorly.
Yeah, because I got mixed up because I was like, if Evan's getting married, why is he still mad you slept with his ex-girl?
Yeah, like
I mean, I'd still
Evan's
be,
not the one getting married, though.
even if that was the case, it'd still be like, yo, that was a really
It
messed
could
up
still be
thing.
messed up, but it would be like, okay, like if I've apologized and done my 5 years of time and you're marrying a different girl, can we get over it?
yeah, it's like, you know.
I don't know.
But I get it. It
I
might
don't
be. It is remembering the timeline now fresher than the 5 years, and he's not the one getting married.
I'm a to each their own kind of person. I don't know.
I'm not saying that's what he has to do.
No,
I'm
no.
just that's.
I am not an expert. I am just stating my personal thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm broaching my thoughts.
Evan came to my room shortly after I checked in. It wasn't a happy movie scene where we hugged and everything was forgiven. It was actually really awkward, and both of us were on eggshells. We agreed to have a good day for Justin and talk at some later point. In the end, I'm glad I went to the wedding, as unfair as Justin's request was, because having both me and Evan there clearly meant a lot to him. I flew back out the next day to meet my friend. And by the way, every single day of the week, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Just search OK Storytime. And there is just a little bit of story left here.
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to have, like, done your penance, right?
Right.
Like,
That's what I was saying.
there's not a lot of stuff that's, like, unforgivable forever.
That would suck to lose two brothers over like a one-time hookup with an ex.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I
well,
get it, though, being mad.
did you hook up when she was already the ex, or did she become the ex because y'all hooked up?
Oh. I took that as
yeah.
they were already an ex.
Well, I did too, but, you know,
Okay.
could have been ambiguous on purpose. Could have been a little misleading. Because, Your Honor, that is his ex-girlfriend. Wasn't his ex at the time. That happened because of me. No, but, yeah, I think you've done the time. Do the crime, do the time. Anyway, since I've been back, Evan and I have been talking and have met up. I've apologized again, but he was understandably mad and said he could never move past being angry, and it became easier to just stay mad. Well, that's you need a therapist for that, buddy. You can't just be angry forever. It's unsustainable. But he missed me. He wanted to call and then backed off. We are slowly working on things. It is awkward, but getting better. I've met his girlfriend and been to his apartment.
Don't sleep with that one.
Good advice. I also talked to Justin more about how unfair it was, and he agreed. As Evan is no longer demanding a him or I choice, the conversation with Justin was easier. I was planning to man up and tell him I would no longer agree to that situation, and I hope I would have done so. But that situation no longer exists. He also tried to pay for my ticket again when I came back, but I didn't accept. Hopefully, the year continues on this positive trajectory. And
I
that
hope so.
is the end of that story.
Yeah, I certainly hope it does.
I hope your trajectory stays positive, and one day you can broach the subject of your mending relationship with open arms.
Are you zapped?
And
All these
open arms.
comments are going to be like, they're using broach too much and wrong sometimes.
Yeah, you just had to be there, dude.
I had to listen to the whole thing.
It's one of those kind of had to be there in the earlier part of the episode kind of guys.
But that is the end of that story. And we have some comments. Comments are from the video, Am I the A-hole for sending my friend home without clothes because she used my boyfriend's shower?
Ah, I remember this one.
And this was posted on February 10th, 2026. TLDR, looks like it was story 1. OP comes home to find her boyfriend's female coworker walking out of his private bedroom in nothing but his shirt and a towel, smelling like his body wash, with her own clothes thrown in the wash. When OP confronts her, the coworker calls her insecure, immature, and a freeloader. So OP pulls the wet clothes out of the washer and throws them at her. What happens next ends with the coworker soaking wet, crying in a parking lot, and getting moved to a different work team. But was OP out of line, or did the coworker have it coming? If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
I don't think people liked my take on that. She 100% deserved what happened to her.
Who?
with all the context, the
Coworker?
coworker
Okay, yeah.
with the wet jeans. Hey, you mess around with a real one, you're gonna find out that
Why
they're
was
real.
she in the shower?
It was like well, you'll have to go watch the story to find out. But yeah, it was hey, she effed around, she found out real quick OP was not one to play with.
Yeah.
Good.
And we have some comments regarding this episode and this story. First comment here is from KimB91 saying, nah, OP was too tame, Impala, in my opinion. I would have lost my ish. Tell me you want my man without telling me.
Oh, she basically
what it
said
sounds
said
like.
it. She said it very loud and clear, essentially.
Dang.
And then we have another comment here by Kyla Fuller saying, yeah, she should be happy she didn't get schmacked. She overstepped in so many ways that F's went out the door.
Yeah. Yeah, it truly.
Everyone's like, you have to go watch the story. I think I'd be too annoyed.
Yeah, I think you would. You would be very annoyed.
Here's another comment by Highland Malt saying, yeah, why didn't she just go home instead of tracking him down at the store?
Just weird. The whole thing was just like, I'm going to steal your man. I'm going to steal your man. And she's like, I'm going to literally throw you out of this place. So bye.
And we have one more comment here by Sarah Adams 5976 saying, I have a scenario. What if your mom passed away a year prior and your dad recently started dating, but the woman is literally only 11 years older than you? You walk in while your dad is out and you catch her wearing your mom's wedding dress. She claims she was washing her clothes and she was just trying it on while she waited and her clothes are still wet. What would you do?
That is a great question. Not sure how much relevance it bears on the story.
Yeah.
So we can make all kinds of hypotheticals. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Very different than what the story sounds
You'd be like,
it was.
why are you wearing that out of everything that's in this household?
I mean, the energy of the story was more like she was just like, she's like wearing his t-shirt and basically doing this.
Okay. I dislike that.
I love the way your boyfriend smells. He smells so good. I can't wait to smell like this all day.
Oh.
And I'm going to think about him. He wouldn't care if I wore his t-shirt. He loves it. And it was like, well, it's time for you to hit the curb.
Yikes. But that's the end of those comments and the end of the episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
see you tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. We have bonus stories that we think you're going to really like. So stay tuned for the next one.
I told my sister's boyfriend my life is none of his business. He keeps judging me because I'm not a stay-at-home mom.
Well, why don't you mind your own beeswax?
Boom. Roasted. So I, female 22, have an older sister, female 28. She has 4 kids and she loves being a mom and wants to be a stay-at-home mom. And I encourage her to do whatever she wants. By the way, this comes from user appropriatefood5858, and you can submit your stories to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So she herself understands that I have no desire to be a mom right now, if not ever. I have 2 other older sisters who are like me, who don't want to be a stay-at-home mother. This is important to the story. Her boyfriend is mad at me, boyfriend male 27, because he asked me when I'm going to settle down, and that he can introduce me to his friend, male 25, who wants a stay-at-home wife. I told him no, that I don't want to date anyone this year, and he got mad at me for some reason and asked me why. So I told him my ex-boyfriend left me with trust issues. My ex cheated on me for 6 months into a 3-year relationship. He told me we broke up in 2023 and I should start getting back out there. And I told him it's not his business, and he dropped it. 2 days ago, he asked me if I wanted to be a stay-at-home wife and mother. And I told him no, that I don't, and I'm not even sure I want kids, let alone to get married. He got defensive since his mom was a stay-at-home wife and mom. And I told him I don't see anything wrong with being a stay-at-home mom, but I don't personally want to depend on a man for anything. And once again, he got defensive and said not all men are the same. He said my sister wants to be a stay-at-home wife and mom, and I told him congratulations on finding that out with my sister, but I once again do not want to be a stay-at-home mom. He got mad because he overheard my conversation about me getting an IUD as well and told me I'm ruining God's plan to make me a mom one day. And I told him whether I want kids or not is not his business. He got mad at me and told me to get out of his home. So I did. My older sister's asking me to apologize to him and to not get an IUD, since if I get pregnant, that it's God's plan. And she also told me I should reconsider being a stay-at-home mom. I told her not everyone has that dream, and she accused me of not respecting stay-at-home mothers or wives, which is nothing but lies.
Opie's just like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, you hate me?
Yeah.
Opie's like, no, it's just not my thing.
These people don't seem to be able to let other people be different in any way.
No, they're like, if you're not like us, you're Satan's spawn, and you're going to HE double hockey sticks.
Indeed.
Everyone knows God only likes one type of person.
And it's housewives.
Yeah. That's it.
Who stay at home.
He's really into Desperate Housewives.
My 2 other older sisters are on my side and said my sister's boyfriend shouldn't be concerned with how I live my life, and that if I don't want to depend on anyone for the rest of my life, that's my choice. He also said I'm gonna go to HE double hockey sticks for being bi. So I screamed that I guess his girlfriend, my sister, is also going there because she's bi as well.
Dang.
Which he already knew about.
Did he not like think that through?
I guess not.
He was
really
like,
didn't.
no, they're gonna make an exception because she's a stay-at-home mom
Well, yeah, he's like, that's why I'm trying to tell you that you need to be a stay-at-home mom.
and marry a man because then it cancels out.
It cancels out the sin of being bi. It's all written down. Have you read the Bible?
You don't go to heaven, but you do go to purgatory.
Wait, the Bible? Oh, I think did we just do a Da Vinci Code right now?
We just freaking cracked it.
Are you freaking Dan Brown up in here?
Yeah.
Now, their friends are calling me an a-hole, saying that he only cares about what I do with my body since it's God's body, and I should respect it and become a mom soon. So am I the a-hole for telling my sister's boyfriend it's not his business if I don't want to be a stay-at-home wife or mom?
No.
No, and you need different friends.
You need just a different family. You need different people in your life. You need to give him a Bible and just write on the front of it, just underline bi, and then cross out bull, and just write mind your own business.
Yeah. Bye. Mind your own business.
Bye. That's it.
Bye,
Bye.
boy.
Yeah. Bye, boy.
Bye, boy.
And there you have it.
Bye.
And that's my advice to you.
Edit to clarify, I did put this in the comments, but 3 out of her 4 kids aren't even his. My sister has a 7, 4, 3, and soon to be newborn. Edit number 2, I also get asked this a lot about why I was discussing getting an IUD to my sister's boyfriend. I wasn't discussing it to him. Me and my 3 sisters were all discussing it at his house, but he wasn't there. He walked in when I said I was thinking of getting an IUD, and that's when he butted into the conversation. And as soon as he said, God's body, not my body, me and my other 2 sisters started talking to him about it, and he raised his voice, so I raised mine, and eventually we left, since I don't like conflict.
All those religious people forgot the whole point of God is giving us free will.
Yeah.
That's like his whole thing. And so we can exercise the free will.
Yeah, check this out. Free
Why
will
don't you
check.
read the Bible.
Free will check.
Whoa.
Spun my hat all the way around. Why? I don't know. I have free will.
Got free will.
Got free will.
What are you going to do about
Sorry.
that?
Oops. What are you going to do about it? Nothing.
Brother-in-law.
Because I got free will, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got some comments here.
Yeah.
Natural Inevitable 50 says, this guy sounds like a creep. Who is he to dictate what you do with your life, your career, and your body? I hope your sister knows about this and supports you, not the a-hole. OP responds, my sister, who is with him wholeheartedly, supports him, and that I should be a stay-at-home mom. She wants me to apologize to keep the peace, but I told her I'm done keeping the peace. He also supports the termination ban, which is his opinion. Me, on the other hand, I'm pro-choice. He wants a national ban for every instance, which makes me more nervous to be in a room with him. She also supports this. Leela Lolly Love says, not the a-hole. His views on stay-at-home moms and traditional gender roles are his own, and he shouldn't be imposing them on you. Actual Spell 4634 says, he's not really that traditional. He's not married to the mother of his child. Ooh, Good Intelligent 2867. People are, quote, traditional only when it's convenient to them. Not the a-hole was the judgment. However, we got an update.
I don't know. Yeah, my only thought is that
Very
this guy is
clear-cut.
a hypocrite and an a-hole.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to be around him either. keep your mouth to yourself, dude.
And it's like, why? How come sometimes like
The rules don't apply to you.
yeah, I don't like. Can't it just be like all cool, like love thy neighbor and stuff? Why
Yeah,
you gotta
can't
then
we
also
listen-
be like,
Can't you listen to the first thing in
Yeah.
your religion?
can't you just like actually follow like the cool parts that are being taught instead of just being like, God hates you if you're not a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
That's a wild take.
Like, I don't know. Guys got to read the New Testament because Jesus was doing a lot of loving in that testament. And that's all I got to say.
Looking like it was like Woodstock in the New Testament. There's so much love going on. Oh, everybody.
Love going
Oh.
on. That's all I got to say.
Did he flip those tables in that
Yeah.
in the New Testament?
Yeah.
Oh, he got mad flipping them tables.
Yeah,
over.
because he was a freaking
He was
radical socialist. And he
"What
was
the
like, hey, you
how-
can't be selling things in this house.
Yeah, don't be selling
Anti-capitalism.
these anti-idolatry capitalist principles.
Yeah.
I haven't read the Bible. Anyway, update. So here we go. This is the update. Woohoo! I already knew I was going to go no contact with her boyfriend as I don't feel safe around him, but I went ahead and called my sister to tell her and why I chose no contact. And she is now super mad at me, saying I overreacted and all that fun stuff. So I asked her if they were going to apologize. She said they don't owe me an apology. I owe him an apology. He overheard us on the phone and once again got into the conversation, and I told him I have nothing to say to him. He told me he wanted to know an answer to 2 of his questions. Why I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I told him it's really none of his business and to stay in his lane. Why I don't want to date or marry his friend. Told him that he isn't my type and never will be, and did not talk to me again. I bet you he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
That's my money. My money's on him
I'm going to put money on that
talking to you.
too. Double down on that.
He told me if I don't stop overreacting, I won't have anything to do with my nephews and niece. And that, I'm not going to lie, got to me. And I told him for my mental health, I'm done being around and talking to him. And my sister said, okay, you made your choice and now we'll make ours. So now I'm no contact with both of them. Also found out my dad found out yesterday and this morning after I was on the phone with them, he went and yelled at Josh and told him to back off. Nice.
Yes.
And that his daughter wasn't for sale or anything like that. Yeah, nice. Ooh, and they got into a fist fight. Oh, and I mean,
wait, read the next line.
and apparently my dad won.
Hey,
Yay.
hey.
Quite literally, W father.
WWE
If you had to
father.
put one in the W or the L column, you put OP's dad in a W.
Yep. Yup.
Sucks.
Sucks to suck. Maybe if you were closer to God, he would have helped you win.
Yeah, maybe
Dude.
God would have infused himself into that straight right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure about that, though, about the W. Oh, okay, well, you know what I'm sure about? I'm sure that you can listen to full episodes with stories like this. All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from and search OK Storytime.
Yeah.
And
Just do
that
it.
and it's about as easy as it gets right there.
Ain't nothing easier.
And you can listen to us for thousands of hours.
Forever.
Forever. Forever.
But there is a little bit more to the story.
There's a little bit more left. Let's just go ahead and finish it.
Yeah,
Now,
'cause I honestly
clearly
think
these
the no
people are-
contact, good idea.
Right. It's time to move on. You are better without these people in your lives. They're anyone who wants to just like control you and put you in a little box. That's not good. So
No bueno.
let's continue. My dad called me and apologized and asked me personally why I don't want to be a stay-at-home mother. So I told him the reason, which had to do with my dad and stepmom. He apologized to me, saying that he never meant to do that to her. He was very abusive to her, but never apologized for it. So interesting. Father's got issues.
Ooh, so
Maybe
maybe
less
not
of a
full
W.
W.
Let's rescind that and go back to neutral.
Neutral.
So I decided to cut off my sister and her boyfriend, which sucked because I won't be able to see my niece and nephews anymore. But my mental health and physical health is more important to me, TBH.
Yeah,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Comments, OP says, there is one more thing that was said that I forgot to mention. So in my last post, there was so many people telling me to ask him when he's going to marry my sister since they're not living in God's plan. So I asked him. His response was, it's not my business to know. To which I said, then it's not his business to know anything about what I do with my body and who I date and all that. He got angry with me and proceeded to cuss me out.
Oh, but
Sounds
OP,
about
you
the standard
don't
response, yeah.
understand because you're a woman. You're a woman, so
No.
anything that he does is okay because
Right.
he's a man.
Yeah, that's the missing ingredient, see? Missing ingredient.
Yeah.
Not a man.
Not a man.
Missing ingredient. He got angry with me and proceeded to cuss me out. I honestly just laughed. New fishing, $25.96. So it's his business to know about yours. Quiet Moon, $21.91. It's like he's trying to groom her to be a sister wife or a communal wife with his friend. Yeah, creepy. Healthy Brain, $53.54. He probably promised his mate that he could have the sister. Dang.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's gross. Man, that's the end of that story.
Well, what a fun thing to end on.
If you want more stories like this, search for our podcast, OK Storytime, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I brought up wedding drama from years ago, and my sister lost it.
Where is it? I don't know. Where's
the drama go?
Oh, sorry. That's her sister.
I, female 37, married my amazing husband, male 42, 7 years ago. We dated for 6.5 years before we got engaged, and I was 30 when we got married. Hubby was 35. I mention this because I'm from a small town in Indiana, less than 8,000 population, and it is normal for people to get married young, 21 or 22. By the way, this comes from FrogJump784, and if you want to share your stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I am one of 7 kids, 5 girls, 2 boys, and was the 6th in my family to get married. I was also the oldest out of all the girls when I married. My sisters had all married by 24 years old. Wow. When my husband proposed, I was so filled with joy and love, and I didn't want to drag things out to plan a wedding. I knew that he was my forever and just wanted to be married to him. We got engaged in January and married in July, which is that's not honestly like too quick. I know some people take like a year to plan, but
I feel like 7 months is plenty.
yeah. Our options for venues were limited because there aren't many in that area, so many people book 1 to 2 years in advance. In the end, we decided to get married on my family's farm. We were happy about this because it would help cut costs. We paid for 90% of our wedding with a bit of help from our parents, and it would help us keep the guest list small because the barn could only hold 100 people. It is a tradition in my family that all of the women pitch in, mom, aunts, grandmas, and sisters, to help plan the event and DIY what we can to help cut costs. This is where the first issue came up. My parents and fiance's parents made a list of people to invite, keeping in mind that we were keeping it a small affair. They invited those close to them, but kept their list small to respect our wishes for a small event. Also, with the guest limit, we decided not to have children attend the reception. We made this decision because A, I have 14 nieces and nephews just from my siblings. My husband has 10, and B, we wanted to have a full bar and didn't feel comfortable doing that with so many kids around. 2 of my sisters were very upset by this because they wanted their children to be included in the special day. Funny enough, they both didn't include children in their weddings/receptions. We included the kids by having them at the rehearsal dinner and telling the parents that they could attend the wedding ceremony, but not the reception. I thought that this was fair because all of my siblings live on the same street as my parents, so they didn't have to go far to drop off the kids with a sitter after the ceremony. We also offered to pay for a few babysitters for the kids, as well as order pizza, snacks, and movies for them. It seems like they got it all sorted out.
Seems like it. I'm just
like they got it all sorted out.
Anticipating that shoe to drop.
Yeah. The second issue was that although my mom, aunts, and grandma were a great help with the planning, my sisters told them that they all had lunch and decided that they weren't going to help with the planning or DIY part because as I was in my 30s, I was an old maid. Girl was like exactly 30.
What are we talking about?
Yikes. And also just like insane however old she was. She could be 60 and that's still not cool.
Well, you called all of us old maids this morning now that I think about it.
I did not say old maids. I said old because everyone was gaslighting me because I heard a noise. I heard a
that's
high-pitched
crazy because I heard you say old maids.
That's crazy. And that most of the things that we did for their weddings wouldn't be appropriate for someone who's getting married later in life. I have great friends, and after I got over the initial hurt, I had a great time with the planning, surrounded by great women who supported me. Fast forward to the rehearsal dinner, I knew going into that day that my sisters weren't on the best of terms with each other. I wasn't 100% sure what happened as none of them wanted to talk about it, and I had spent the past months busy with wedding planning. My sisters were all bridesmaids. Knowing that they weren't on great terms with each other, I spoke with each of them separately and told them to be on their best behavior for the weekend, and they all agreed that they would. We get through the rehearsal and move over to the area for dinner. We had some games and a drink station to keep people occupied before dinner. We also had a photographer there that day because I wanted photos of hubby and I with the nieces and nephews. Things started out great and we were having a lovely time hanging out with the kids and taking photos. The photographer asked all of my siblings and their spouses and children to gather so that we could take a group photo. I was helping to gather everyone, and I commented to my now husband about how blessed I felt to have all of my family there and that I was having a great day. I turned back to the group just in time to see two of my older sisters arguing and see the older one slap the other one in the face.
Ooh, there's that other shoe I was talking about.
I'm going to assume this is two of my other sisters arguing because Opie said that she was the oldest sister.
Yeah, no, it's not her. Right? Wait, what?
It says two of my older sisters arguing, but I'm assuming that she meant to say other sister.
Yeah.
I just froze. After a few seconds, I just turned around and walked away. I ended up standing behind a barn where I knew I would have a few minutes alone to calm down. Why are these sisters starting drama?
Just somebody,
Why
you
are
know?
they starting drama.
It's like they were raised in a barn.
Ooh. At some point, I heard someone calling my name, so I walked around the corner to see my dad and grandma. They could tell that I had been crying and asked what happened. I told them about what shall be known as the slapping, and they said that they'd handle it.
The Slappening.
The slapping!
Directed by M. Night
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Steepest.
Steepest. M. Steepest.
By
M. Night Steepest Salon.
Yes. I was promptly given a glass of wine and told to chill for another few minutes before pictures would resume. When I walked back to the group for photos, I noticed that my oldest sister wasn't there and that her husband and children were all gone. We took photos with the rest of the group, enjoyed a delicious meal, and had a few cocktails before heading home for the night to prep for the wedding the next day. Fast forward to now. Remember, I said that I was the 6th kid of 7 to get married? Well, the last remaining unmarried child in my family just got engaged 2 weeks ago, and it is my twin brother, male 37. We'll call him James.
Oh,
Congrats,
good for James. Hey, good for you, James.
Good fun, James.
It was a good time for James.
I'm so excited for him and his absolutely wonderful fiance. She's a great person, and I'm so happy that he held out until he found the right partner in Jessica, female 35. I was so excited when they called to tell us the good news, as he had kept it a secret from all of us. Jessica's mother passed away 5 years ago, and she called my mother to ask for some help with the planning. They got engaged just before Christmas and are planning on getting married this June. My mom was so excited to be asked, and she planned a brunch for all of the girls in our family and also invited Jessica's grandma and aunts so that we could all meet and discuss the wedding. While at the brunch, Jessica got the same speech from my sisters that I did. Since she's older, they don't want to help. She pulled me aside and asked me if I'd be willing to help out, and I let her know that I'm happy to do whatever I can to make her day special. We set a time to gather at my mom's house the next week to start planning. The day before we were supposed to meet up, Jessica called me and asked me if I could bring some photos from my wedding because my brother had mentioned to her that it was one of his favorite weddings that he had attended and he had a lot of fun. We met a bit early at my mom's house and I had brought a flash drive with our photos, so we got some coffee and started looking through them. While we were looking through the photos, my oldest sister showed up and we didn't realize that she was there. When we got to the rehearsal dinner photos, Jessica asked why my oldest sister and her family weren't in the family photos. I avoided the question at first, but she asked again, so I explained to her what happened at our rehearsal dinner. But I'm going to explain to you that you guys can listen to more episodes with stories like this if you go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. And there is a little bit left to this tale where Opie's we're gonna find out what happened.
Indeed.
What preempted the slap.
I would just like to have one comment overall, which is that it doesn't matter when you get married. It doesn't matter if you're the last one. It doesn't matter if you're the first one.
Or if you're in the middle.
Truly.
It doesn't
All
matter
that
if you
matters
get
is-
married at all.
Yeah.
If you want someone to love and you find that person to love, you love them. And that's all that matters.
Hey, I'm going to let that one just hang out there because that was...
Just hang out there.
Like, that was... Put a bow on that
You're
one.
welcome.
Wrap it up. Put it underneath the Christmas tree. 'Cause that was a gift.
You're welcome. But there is a little bit left. She thanked me and told me that she felt obligated to include myself and all of my sisters in her bridal party, but was hesitant because my sisters have never treated her well. My sister overheard this and lost it. She said that I was just bringing this up to make her look bad when everyone knows that she's the nice sister.
The sister in the slap off.
You can't just like dub yourself the nice sister.
Well,
That's kind of like a title that other people have to give you.
she didn't dub herself.
She's
the
like,
nice sister.
everyone knows that.
Exactly. That's what she said. Everyone else
Literally
dubbed
wrote
her
that.
the nice sister.
She's like, it's not my fault that everyone told me that I'm the nice sister.
You're sounding like the other sister.
She has complained to our whole extended family that I have been telling lies about her to the bride so that I can be the star of the wedding, and said that I have always been jealous of her because my wedding wasn't nearly as beautiful as any of her 5 weddings.
5?
She had 5 weddings.
She had 5?
So am I the
Actually,
a-hole for telling the bride what really happened? And edit, my oldest sister has been married 5 times. 3 of the weddings were large events. They happened in her 20s. The last 2 have been small events with just immediate family when she was 32 and 40. So I guess it doesn't matter as long as the first time you get married, it's when you're 20.
Right.
The other consecutive
The
ones
other ones
matter.
don't count. I got the first one in already.
I got the first one.
Yeah. It's like a combo. It's like it's 20 and then you multiply by the next one. And that's how many points that you get as a bride.
Yeah.
So
you're
with
winning.
5 weddings, she has so many bridal points that it's undisputed that she is the nicest sister.
You can't beat her.
Because how could someone have that many bridal points if they weren't nice?
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know what system I just invented, but I feel bad for whoever wants to try to
They're going to keep that system going on
log
everywhere.
it.
But that is the end of that story.
If you want more stories like this, search for our podcast, OK Storytime, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
My parents demand financial support for their vehicle, and they guilt-tripped me when I refused.
Why don't you guilt trip them right back?
First of all, I'm sorry for the mess. I'm very emotional right now. Well, it's okay. I'm 28, female, immigrated to Canada at 11 with my parents. Back home, my parents were very comfortable, and once they moved to Canada, we were middle class. And I'll admit, while I wasn't spoiled, I never missed anything growing up. By the way, this comes from user Tall Memory 7513, and you can submit your stories to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I'll spare the details, but my relationship with my parents wasn't the best growing up. While they never hit me, they were emotionally abusive. My mom was mean and my dad was emotionally unavailable and always wrapped up in his own world. I was very ambitious from a young age. When I turned 16, I got myself not only 1, but 2 jobs. Working 80 hours during the summers until I turned 20 and moved out for college. I was financially illiterate and irresponsible. So honestly, I spent all my money, but I paid for everything myself, except I lived there for free. I had free food and free public school education and free medical expenses. At 22, I got admitted into law school. My parents never directly said to me that they were proud, but never missed an opportunity to brag. When I asked them for a laptop for college, my dad sat me down and registered me for a student loan and told me, "Welcome to the real world. You're now on your own, kid." When my sister got into college this year, he bought her a laptop. Whenever I mentioned needing money during college, he told me to use the student loan money. During the first 2 years of college, my mom gave me a monthly allowance of $400, so I was grateful for that. Later, I discovered that she took my tax credit for the tuition I took a loan out for. When I confronted them, they told me I was selfish and ungrateful. I missed over $7,000 worth of tax return, so they pretty much paid what she gave me. I told them that I was going to do my taxes alone the year after, so she cut me off. Fast forward 3 years later, I graduated from law school and also did a master's degree, but I was in $140,000 in student loan debt. I'll admit, college tuition is not that expensive in Canada, and part of it was because I was irresponsible with money. What do you mean? Wait a minute. What does that mean? That's not, you can't just be like, I had $140,000 in student loan debt, but actually, I bought a car for $100,000. So really,
yeah.
like, what is that?
Because as Honeybee says, don't they have free medical help and school in Canada? I'm assuming that OP's probably paying for some sort of private healthcare.
Yeah, they do have private
Yeah,
options
they have.
out there.
Yeah, you have the option there, and then maybe if they're going to like law school, probably more expensive.
I just love
But also, yeah, kind of crazy that they.
the ambiguousness of that comment. I mean, most of it was because
Most of it
I
was
was
pretty
financially
cheap, but it was
irresponsible.
really
It's like,
bad.
you don't just randomly rack up $140,000 of debt.
Gotta be real bad.
Like,
with the money.
what?
But
That's-
it's just like using their card. They're like, oh yeah, just put it in my credit card.
I like how they're like, I'm not spoiled, but also
I
I
have
can
no
kind of
idea how to use money.
accidentally rack up 6 figures of debt.
Yeah, that's kind of
You're
insane.
spoiled as flippity doodah.
True.
So I got my first job at a good law firm, and my salary was $130,000 a year. I was stupid and told my parents how much I made. So for them, I was rich, and it was the time to collect their return on their investment. Little did they know I have $1,700 a month in student loan repayment. I live on my own, and expenses do rack up. I also had some mental health issues, so I had to take 3 months off of work. I don't blame my parents for my financial mistakes, but I racked up $10,000 in credit card debt on top of my student loans. I was trying to live like my friends who made the same salary, but they didn't have loans, and that was a mistake. So I decided to be very strict on my budget to pay off the debts as soon as possible. Since I have little self-control, I don't keep much in savings. I just pay off as much as I can. My parents always make comments on how frugal I became and how I never spend money on them. So on 2 different occasions, we went to the restaurant with my brother and sister, and they gave the whole bill to me. The first time I paid it, and the second time I refused. I visit them less and less now, but every time they make comments on how rich I am and how I never spend money on them, that is weird.
It is weird. Why are they asking you? I don't understand because I thought they were rich.
I mean,
I feel like they lost all their money.
I think they when they moved to Canada, they weren't making as much as they made
That must
previously.
Be it. Yeah.
But like
to the point where they have to like beg OP for money?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to keep going. They would always make comments on how rich I am and how I never spend money on them. Keep in mind, I got my mom a phone. I gave my dad $300 on his birthday. Same for my mom. And years ago, when I was still in college, I was parking my aunt's car, and I bumped his car. I swear it was just a tiny little bump on the door. So he asked me to give him $1,000 for the repair. I told him I was broke, so he had told me that I'll have to pay for it when I graduate. Low-key, this sounds like you're being financially, like, abused or manipulated.
Yeah,
here.
he
Like,
probably, like, I don't know, put the car there. He, like, drove the car behind you, and he's like, you ran into my car.
$1,000 for a little ding
There's
is
trickery going on.
exploitive.
Yeah.
For real.
You could buff that out.
Yeah. Honestly, they sell tools for like $5 that you could probably pull that dent right out of the metal. This week, they decided to buy an Audi and needed to sell their old car. So my dad asked me to give him the $1,000. He never repaired it and he wasn't planning, but he told me that he would have to lower the price $1,000 when negotiating because he's selling it on Facebook Market. Therefore, I'll have to give him the money. Since I use all my money to pay back as much debt as possible, the holidays were pricey, so I literally have only $500 in my account. So I tried to explain to them for the first time that I'm actually broke and can't pay for it. They were mad at me and told me again that a lot of people my age were financially supporting their parents.
I can tell you that ain't true.
Chat, is that a lie, chat?
I can tell you that ain't true.
Chat, are we being lied to? OP continues, this is when I lost it. I started crying and told them that most of my friends didn't have to pay a penny for their education, and all they asked for is for them to not guilt trip me for not financially supporting them. They told me that my friends' parents were rich, and once again, I'm an ungrateful brat. They are far from broke. They just bought a bigger house in Canada, have 2 apartments, and a big home back home. I broke down. I took a long walk, and when I came back, I tried to explain to them calmly that their love felt conditional, since they made me feel like I had to pay them back for existing. So my dad told me that the $1,000 was just for the principal. You made a mistake, you have to pay for it. And the other comments about supporting them were just jokes.
Nah, they're trying to run it back. They're trying to run it back.
The good old-fashioned,
No, you don't
I was just
understand
joking.
us. It was all jokes.
I'm
If you
just
had paid us,
kidding
we would have
around.
taken it, but it's all jokes.
Also, it's a joke? $1,000 based just on principal.
Yeah.
That's $100 right there.
That's a bad
maybe.
principle.
Maybe 200. Maybe
Mhm.
250. Maybe.
That's it. That's if we're talking
Max
maybe.
tapped out at 250.
We're talking big dent.
Ay. He reminded me that he bought me glasses until high school. I told him it's the bare minimum since I can't actually see without them.
He's like,
He really said,
yeah,
remember all the times I didn't neglect you?
it's like, remember all the times when I helped you with your disability?
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Remember, daughter, who I didn't consult with on if they wanted to exist or not? Remember when I single-handedly prevented you from being blind?
You're welcome. Pay me
Purely
back.
out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah, and also, you should pay me now.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness of my heart, and also the promise of money in the future.
Honestly, this is what I would do if I was OP. Just really quick before we get back to the story.
Yeah.
I would immediately stop caring about these people.
Yeah.
Right? They are literally just trying to suck money out of you. And make your own itemized list of everything that you owe them.
Yeah.
Right? And once you give them that money, just be like, now never ask me for a single thing ever again. We're even.
And then cut them off.
and be done.
Or don't give them money and then just cut them off.
Yeah. I mean,
Either one.
you know. He also said that he paid for my phone during high school and that I will get a big inheritance from the real estate they have. He then added, may God never make us dependent on you. Blamed me for making a scene for $1,000. Reminded me that he sacrificed his career for us when he moved to Canada and told me that I will regret my behavior and the way I was treating them. See how bitter they get? See how spicy it gets? Once the sugar doesn't work, how spicy they get. Edit, thank you so much for everyone for your kind words. I just wanted to clarify, I don't actually financially support them, and I don't think they're living beyond their means. However, I think they were expecting to get spoiled once me and my siblings graduated in exchange for their sacrifices, and now they are salty and disappointed. If I could afford it, I would, but in this economy?
Ain't no way.
AOP's got jokes.
Got joke.
In this economy?
We can't afford it in this economy.
Also,
OP's got debt.
was it, huh?
I said OP's got debt.
Oh, yeah, she's got
Jokes
debt.
and debts.
Debt jokes. Also, in college, my mom randomly called me once and was complaining on how she was tired of working. She said, if you and your brother give me $1,000 a month when you graduate, I could retire. You should just start calling everyone in the yellow book and making that same deal.
It's just like, if you all give me $10, if 1,000 people give me $10,
Just start a group chat with a bunch of strangers.
and say, hey, can I have $10? Thank you.
Thanks.
And then you just keep going down the line.
I told her politely that it's not fair to start my professional life with such a burden since she's in her early 50s and able-bodied. She got mad and gave me the silent treatment for weeks. And by the way, you don't have to endure the silent treatment because you can listen to full episodes with stories like this whenever you want. And you can hear us go blah, 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 blah. All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any place where you consume podcasts and search OK Storytime.
Do it. You won't.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear her lay down the gauntlet? She just said, what'd she say?
Do it. You won't.
Oh my God. Are you going to take that? Couldn't be me. But hey, look, we've got a little bit of story left.
Let's finish her off.
Let's just go ahead and run right into it.
Let's
huh?
run right into
Like
it.
a-
Full
like
steam
a-
ahead.
Like a brick
Chugga
wall.
chugga choo choo.
We will run. Finally, my mom was complaining to my sister that she had to give a gift to her friend because her friend gave a gift to my sister on her birthday and how much she had to repay for the gift we received during our lives. What is going on here?
These bad parents. Hey, yay.
Yeah. I told her we didn't choose to be born. And she told me I didn't decide to have children. It was God's decision. Besides, I could have kicked you out at 18 and asked you to pay for groceries when you got your first job, like white people. I explained to her that maybe 1% of white people did that. Comments. I mean, honestly, I don't even think that's a race thing. It's just, it depends on,
Well,
do you need all of the money?
Yeah.
Like, where's your income at?
Exactly.
Like,
I also am wondering possibly if this is like the comments about, oh, like kids your age are caring for their parents, if that's like potentially like probably cultural.
maybe.
Yeah.
know.
Potentially.
I feel like it's almost a cultural thing that like white people completely abandon their parents. It's like it's very,
Oh no, I mean when the parents were saying, "Oh, you need to take care of like children your age are taking care of their parents" earlier in the story.
it's weird because culturally, I wonder where they came from before they came to Canada because like pretty much everywhere else on earth besides like America and like Western society or culture, whatever you want to call it, it's a very normal and like basically expected thing to continue to live near your family.
Yeah.
And like your parents and whatever. Like it's the nucleus stays pretty tight.
Yeah.
But in, like American society or,
Western.
North American culture, it's like if you don't get out of town, like the longer you're at home, like you're just the more of a loser you become,
Mhm.
which is like not at all looked at like that everywhere else on earth, essentially. So
True day.
it is like maybe there's a little bit of that where it's like, oh, I thought we were going to stay tight or whatever. And it seems like you're just trying to go do your
I
own
thought we were
thing.
gonna be tight.
I thought we were going to be cool when we moved to
Yeah.
Canada. And now you're just like, you got all these gross Canadian ideals.
What are you doing with those Canadian ideals?
Anyway, let's finish it off. Comments. Number 1, please do not give them any money. You're not the a-hole. You've been very kind and generous, but this is another example of them showing that they do not see you as someone to love, only someone to use. Anything they bought you from the day you were born to the day you turned 18 is the bare minimum. That's their job as parents. They didn't want to shell out the money. They don't have kids. You worked hard to get where you are now, and you did it without their help. Well, I don't know. I think she got some. They don't get to demand things from you now. OP replied, "Thank you so much for your kind words. When I told my mom during the argument that I didn't ask to be born, she called me ungrateful and told me that she could have kicked me out as soon as I turned 18 and could have given me the bare minimum to survive during my childhood like some parents do."
Wow, well, that's the end of that story.
If you want more stories like this, search for our podcast, OK Storytime, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.